Greetings, guys, and thank you for joining me, Sister Girl V at SGV TV, Sister Girl version telling my vision. Today I'm sharing with you my version of a green bean casserole. I pretty much got out all my ingredients. I have my 2 cans of green beans because I'm making for 3 people. I have a can of my cream of chicken and my cream of mushroom. And I also have 2 cans of drained chicken meat. What I'm going to do is cut up my onions. I want it to be really, really flavorful, so I'm going to add some onions. Just a few to give it a lot of flavor. Set that to the side. Let's get these babies chopped up really small. It's necessary for me to chop them small because the people that I'm cooking for, in addition to myself, don't like to see onions in their food. However, they do enjoy the flavor that it gives off. So I cut them up small so that they can't see them, but for sure can taste them. There are a zillion ways to make a green bean casserole. So this is just my version of it. I add a little extra to it just to give it mad flavor and to kind of make it a one meal deal. It has your meat, it has your vegetable, all that goodness. Okay, so let me get these chopped up a little finer. I could have skipped this part. You guys didn't really need to see me cutting up all these onions, but so be it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my onions in my saucepan, and I'm going to saute them slightly just to get the somewhat caramelized before I add the chicken. I will eventually add the chicken meat in here just to give it some flavor and cook it prior to putting it in the oven and with the mixture. One moment. Okay, so while I have that being prepared, I'm going to take my green beans, add it to my pot so that I can do all my mixing prior to pouring it in my casserole dish. So I'm taking my green beans. Green beans, guys, green beans. Okay, and what I'm going to go ahead and do is add my cream of mushroom, whole can, may as well. Can't save it for anything else, really. So I'm adding my cream of mushroom, and then I'm going to add my cream of chicken. I know it seems like a lot, but it's not going to be once you finish. It's just going to give a lot of moisture to the green beans. That's all. I can discard those cans. All we're going to do is just mix this up pretty good so that everything's coated nice and easy. We're going to heat this up just so all the flavors meld once all the ingredients are added, excluding the French fried onion rings. So we're going to get that mixed up a little bit. And we're not going to add our seasoning until after everything is mixed because we don't want to over salt it. And the cream of soups have a lot of salt in them already. So we're just preparing this here. See, it's not as much as you think, you know, a can of cream of mushroom. Okay, so now that that's melted, we're going to discard our trash, and we'll continue later. Okay, guys, we're back. I've sauteed the chicken with the onions, and now I'm going to add that as a part of my ingredient. Okay, this is my chicken and my onions. Just going to add that to there. Get on out of there, onions. Need your flavor. The aroma, it smells good already. It's not even cooked and it's smelling good. Delish. Okay, we're going to discard that. Okay, now we're going to simply just stir this in. This chicken, the onions, the cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. Okay. I don't really measure everything. I just kind of work with it accordingly. It's getting a little thick, so I may add a little bit of chicken broth to it, just to make it a little creamier. Now what I want to do, since I have it, I'm going to add just a little bit of cheese. What I have available is the Mexican cheese, so that's what I'm using. So we're just going to sprinkle a little bit just to give it flavor. We're not real big cheese eaters, so I don't want to douse it down. I'm going to just add just a little bit more. Everything is just based on your preference. There's nothing that's written in stone where it has to be. One moment while I grab my chicken broth. I'm getting my onions ready. Chicken broth. I saw it, I saw it, I saw it. Okay, chicken broth, where art thou? Where art thou? I saw you earlier. Okay, see, you're messing up my video by not being where I need for you to be. I saw that chicken broth somewhere, and I stared at it, and I said, well, I need to be using this. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Chicken broth. Ooh, excuse me. But this is like the consistency of it now. It's kind of thick. So what I'm going to do is add just a little bit of my chicken broth, just give it even more mad flavor, just to loosen it up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to give that a good stir. And as I say, there's nothing written in stone. I mean, you can add as much ingredients as you so choose, or you can taste it. Okay, even without the seasoning, it's pretty darn good. I know I don't rinse my spoon, but look, this is family. I'm fixing to rinse it now. In fact, I'm going to take my wooden spoon and use it. Hey, that works far better. It's looking good, you guys. I can add just a little bit more of my chicken broth. I'm also going to use this chicken broth to make my rice. This rice is a really good yellow rice. It has a lot of flavor to it. It calls for like a cup and some change of water. However, I use the chicken broth to add even more flavor. It's delish, guys. This is like 59 cents. Can't beat it. And then I'll, to go with this, I'll make my little 50-cent box of Jiffy cornbread. Call that a meal. By golly. Okay, now that we have that all together, I'm going to take my pan in which I'm going to bake it. I'm going to place the stove on 350. I'm going to place it on 350. You know, like I said, I'm just toying with it, so it doesn't have to be anything written in stone. 350 seems like it'll get the job done without burning it. I'm going to spray my pan. Hang on, guys. I just added that in there for a little bit of theatrical. Okay, so now that I have everything mixed up, I'm just simply going to pour it into my baking dish. Come on out of there. Oh, hell, I forgot to add my seasonings. Ain't that a blip? I'm trying to move too fast. OMG. OMG. Okay, we're going to backtrack, folks. Let me get my seasoning. I'm going to have to pour this back because I really need to stir my seasonings in. OMG, you guys. I'm so excited about doing my little video. I'm trying to hurry up too fast. Okay, get that poured back in there. We'll deal with this later. But let me get my seasonings. Let me get my seasonings. Okay, we're going to move this for the time being. OMG. Okay, onion powder for sure. garlic, pepper, seasoned salt. Okay, guys, so, and then, oh, I also have this no salt seasoning, salt-free seasoning. Okay, so what I'm going to use is the salt-free seasoning, which is really good because it adds a lot of flavor. It does have salt. It doesn't have any salt. So you can you know, you can go heavy on this if you so choose. In fact, I'm going to take the lid off. And, ooh, it just looks really flavorful. See that, guys? A lot of flavor. Let's get that mixed up in there. See what we're working with. Okay. Oh yes, delish. In fact, I almost don't need to use salt because that has a lot of mad flavor. However, I do love my onion powder. Just graze that. Like I said, I'm not, nothing's written in stone. I don't know exactly how much I'm using. Just, you know, season to taste. And I'm adding my garlic powder heavy. It's garlic powder, not garlic salt. Then, of course, I love my black pepper. Sometimes I use red, but just depends on what I'm cooking. So there's my pepper. So, okay, we'll give this a stir and see what we're working with. Okay. You can also use the French style green beans. However, I like the full green bean. Nope, we're going to need salt. Salt is necessary. Just a little bit though. Don't want to overdo it. Okay, so I'm not measuring it. I'm just coating it. See what we're working with. You don't really taste the cheese in it because it's not melted and there's not a whole lot of it. So once it actually melts, then you'll get, you know, just a hint. We don't want it cheesy, but that just adds a little flavor to it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to add just a little bit more of this salt-free seasoning because I don't want it to be over salted. Sometimes you can't really taste it until it's done and then you find out that it's overly salted and we don't want that. However, I can use a little bit more onion powder and a little bit more garlic and some pepper. I'm just gauging it as I go. Okay, the oven is letting me know that it is ready. Okay, so we have that there. It's looking good, looking good. I'm just going to give it a really good stir to meld all the things in there together. I almost want some right now, but I don't have my cornbread or my rice ready. Let's give that a taste. Delish. Delish. I'm just going to add just a little hint of more salt. Just a little bit. A little bit more cheese. Oh, come on, honey. Open up. Just a handful. Just a handful. Like I say, you guys can put a, you know, if you're cheese lovers, you can put a lot of cheese in there and it's going to be delicious. You think cheese with green beans? Hey, it's delicious. It's like cheese and broccoli, you know. Not a bad collab. Okay, so now that that is all stirred in real good, I can pour it back into my Let's move those to the side. Now, pan here. And let us, okay, let's get that puppy poured in there. It's taking on a whole different look right about now. But believe me, guys, this is delicious. And it's a full meal, like I said. With cornbread, this is a meal in itself. You have your chicken, you have your vegetables. And by the time we top it off, we're going to discard this. Put that here. Okay, I'm just going to give this a shake, even it out in the pan. Voila, beautiful. Okay. From my mess earlier, let's get that cleaned up. And now the fun part, the topping of the green bean casserole. So yes, we got evened out. Okay, now we're going to take our French fried onion rings and evenly distribute them. Make sure you cover all of it. I love these. These are so tasty and flavorful. Probably should have got 2 of them. Because, I mean, you can go wild with it if you want to. You can have it so coated that, you know, you can't even see the casserole itself. Just want to make sure it's evenly distributed so that everybody who gets a scoop gets their fair share of onion rings. Beautiful, beautiful. I am using the whole can. As I say, you want to just cover it up as much as you possibly can, so all is evenly distributed. Okay, discard the trash. Cool. Oh, I can use this as my pin bank. Take that trash out of it. Okay, now just for aesthetics, just so it looks pretty, I'm just going to coat this with a little bit of cheese, drizzle some over there, just to make it look pretty. Okay. Not too much. And then I had some real pieces of bacon bits left. So we're going to take that and add it to it to give it a bacony flavor. So we're just going to take these out and distribute them throughout. So in each scoop, you get a little bacon flavor. Okay, how about that, folks? So, this is the beautiful green bean chicken casserole. So we're going to place this in the oven for approximately 25-30 minutes, and then I'll show you the end result. Okay, you guys, here's the end result of my version of a green bean casserole. All ingredients. It's regular green beans, cut green beans, chicken that come in the can, drained. I also have a little bit of cheese. Of course, my onion rings, French fried onion rings with a few sprinkles of bacon bits and a little bit of the Mexican cheese only because that's what I had. I also added 2 cans of cream, 1 cream of mushroom and 1 cream of chicken. I added a little bit of chicken broth, and that was pretty much it. Just mix it together, put it in the oven for about 20-25 minutes, and voila, you have a beautiful casserole. Now what I'm going to do, spoon out some so that you can see the inside. Okay, let's put it here. Let's give her some, let's see. It smells delicious, guys. I want to drop any. I'm hungry for it right now. So this is my little tester bowl. Okay, guys, there you have it. Fabulously cooked up green bean casserole. Thanks for watching.